Welcome again, everybody, to Gehenna Gaming's Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition, The Dark Ages, with the crew of the Promethean. Plus, two kind of non-members of the crew. One was cargo, the other a captor. People make friends in really weird ways. Anyway, this is our Dark Ages series set in 1198. Our crew is currently in Tunis, located in Tunisia. And, well, to recap, it was a very intense episode. We had a meeting with the Sultan, Prince Sofoniba, the discovery of an underground cult, which seems hell-bent on a new Carthage. And, power plays over sheets. Everyone loves that. Let's start by rousing the blood and seeing if our wonderful cast gets any hungrier. And then I'll have you introduce yourselves, because we need to do that every time. And you got two that are not hungrier. Lior, what you got?
Ooh.
Oh.
I failed. Yeah, I got hungrier.
I also failed.
Aldric.
Had to eventually.
Lord Adalbert.
I am fine. I am not hungry.
Very well.
Or hungrier, I should say.
So I am your storyteller this evening. Rick, you can find me at Oops All Setite on Twitter, and I'm one of the co-founders of Gehenna Gaming. With me tonight is our wonderful cast of friends and characters. Let's kick it off with Russell.
Hi, I'm Russell, Ben Big Dad Walker. You may not have recognized me without certain facial decorations. Yep.
Very good. And following up, Gerome Toutain.
Hello everybody, it's me, Joe, better known as DJ Toreador, Nolofanger, and I'm playing Gerome Toutain, Clan Toreador, and captive of the Promethean from Marseille.
Do you still consider yourself a captive, my friend?
Possibly not, but the night is still young, and yeah, I have a job to do tonight.
You do, indeed. Let's follow up with our Nosferatu, Lior.
Hi, everyone. I'm Leslie Wombat on Twitter, and I will be playing Lior, the nosy Nosferatu.
And next up, Aldric Keats.
Hi, I am Rosie, regular size mom, and tonight I will be playing Aldric Keats, captain of the Promethean, Brujah, for your viewing pleasure.
Very good. And I am doing production tonight. I lost track of things. Dave, did we get to you?
I'm Dave. I am playing Lord Adalbert von Babenberg, our stalwart Ventrue.
Very good. We begin this evening with everyone waking on the Promethean, some in more comfortable settings than others. What's the first thing you do?
Where is the squire?
Likely lower decks, waiting outside of Adalbert's room.
Okay,
Which is not far
Gerome
from
gets up
yours.
and like, these silk sheets are not of proper quality, and I feel like I have been had. That is fine. I will deal with that momentarily. He's gonna try to go out and find the squire's room.
Doesn't take you very long. You do find the squire's room fairly easily. Yes?
Bonsoir, may I come in?
Certainly. Come right on in.
Good evening. Monsieur, I forget your name again. You are the squire, no?
Yes, I work for Lord Adalbert. I suppose my name is not important. I work directly for him.
It
Did he
is
send you?
important. No.
Oh. Oh, what can I do for you? How can I help you? My name is Aldric.
What is... Oh, okay. Ulrich. Ulrich. It's an interesting name. Are you German, by chance?
Yes.
Ah, that's what makes... That's what's interesting. That is why you have that, order.
Beg your pardon.
Monsieur, I am simply famished, and you are here to be around me, so I am... Pardonnez-moi. And Gerome is going to go kind of like, not rush him, but just kind of like push him against the wall and just like bite on his neck.
Gott in Himmel! And he's like, at first trying to push you off, but then as soon as the teeth hit. Yeah,
I'm not
he's-
trying to kill him.
Right.
I'm not going to kill him.
All right. How much are you taking?
I still have 3 hunger from last time.
Oh.
So, maybe just 1.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go find one of the crewmates. And
Now, as you are doing this, are you applying any of your vampiric powers?
on him?
Yeah.
No.
Okay. I had to look to see if you had lingering kiss or not.
No.
I know, because that would be
No.
interesting.
And I'm just going to... just to take the edge off. I'm sorry, dear. It
No,
probably
it's
won't
quite
happen
all right.
again. I think you rather enjoyed that. It is fine. I know it's something Regis told me that it is something. It's complicated. I understand, but I need you to do me a favor, and you're going to do this for me because you will, because you're smart. How familiar are you with French territory?
Very familiar. Northern, southern France, not so much the eastern bloc, but Aquitaine on the west as well.
What about Marseille?
I've been to Marseille many times.
Fine. At some point, I'm going to call upon you. I need you to go to Marseille and be a spy for me.
As long as Lord Adalbert obliges, I don't see why not. Although he did say our mission was to find if you were truly guilty.
So you don't need permission. I'm simply saying that you should go.
Sounds about right.
You are one of the smart ones.
I'll see if I can find a way to report back to you. Otherwise, you may not be here by the
That
time I
is
send
fine.
a message back.
At a time when it is available, you will do these things and we will keep in contact. I promise.
Okay. I will at least stay inside the walls of Marseille. Should
Oui.
you reach out to someone in the city, they could pass a note along to me.
Yes, we. You have a better night. I'm going to go find someone.
Yeah, you
Good
too.
night. Oh, sorry. Wait. He's gonna like on the.
Ah,
on his neck.
thanks. That would have been an awkward one.
It is fine. You will be all right. Is there like a crew person around?
Yeah, there's a number of crew of the Promethean hustling, bustling about.
You.
Yeah.
Yes, you.
Are you rolling defeat?
No, just gonna point and just walk up to this person.
Okay. What can we
Yes.
do for you, my liege?
Wonderful using of titles. You know your manners. I must thank Lior later. She's the captain, so I have to tell her thank you for this
Lior's the
opportunity.
captain now? Oh, I knew
You
she
didn't
had it in
know?
her. You must be an Aldrich Keats.
Do you not like Monsieur Aldric?
No, Aldrich's great, but I figured
You ha-
Aldrich maybe got a better ship, and now
You hit.
Aldrich's having
Oh,
a
this is
fleet.
a warship. So my whole thing was correct. That this is a. Never mind. Do you? Have you thought of mutiny?
They say the French are funny, but I didn't think it was true.
Can I At this point, I think it wise to interject Aldrich Keats. And Gerome, you're just going to feel a great big paw of a hand on your shoulder. Say, Monsieur Toutain. Lovely
Wait.
to see ya this evening.
Good evening, Monsieur
Hey.
Keats.
Well, lads, why don't you answer his question true? I'd be interested in the answer too. And he's
I
going
was-
to use Daunt.
You'll have to roll for it against Gerome. However, it is an automatic against the mortals, who already respect you, and to a monochrome, maybe fear you a bit. They honestly really quite enjoy working for you. But in this case, they know that they're in a hot place between two conflicting kindred, which is never a place any mortal wants to be. You rolling for it? For Gerome?
I'm not interested in daunting Gerome. He's honestly
Oh.
curious about his crew.
Well, it's an area of effect at the same time. Daunt and awe are a proximity power.
Let's see if you bestial failure.
That's good.
Do I need to roll to use that on the mortals, or
No, but actually I would say roll for it anyway, and Jerome's gonna have to do a counter roll for.
okay?
What is my role?
Let me pull that up for you.
The book is behind me and I don't want to interrupt the overlay. I just
Yeah, no
reach-
problem.
Resist with what? It just says add the user's presence to any intimidation rolls.
It's
Okay,
likely-
attacking you requires a resolve plus composure roll, difficulty 2.
It's likely a composure and intellect.
That's what
Resolve
it
and
is for awe. It makes
Right.
sense.
So resolve and composure,
Composure and intellect.
And
intellect,
I'm trying to remember what my role is.
or intelligence.
Well, for Daunt,
There's no roll for Daunt.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it would just be rolling your intimidation.
And mine would be, you said it's resolve and intelligence?
Let's do, yeah, that's fine.
Because I was like, I don't think I have intellect on the sheet. Okay, resolve and intelligence. So resolve. And
You could also use
intelligence.
composure if that's better for you.
Uh,
So you're trying to keep it together.
Yes, I'll do that one. So resolve and
It's a
composure.
complicated roll because mortals, kindred.
2
Uh,
successes.
3.
So it is a tie. We'll say that, Gerome, you can feel it. You can feel like you are intimidated by Aldric, but it's not enough to win you over into any kind of fear, so to speak.
Mm.
The mortals are scared shitless. No, Captain, we would never.
I
Never even dreamed of it.
Mon Dieu, I didn't mean to start an issue. I was simply asking a question.
No, Monsieur Toutain, I believe you meant to do exactly what you did. Now, why don't you join me for a drink?
Well, I guess my question was answered for me. You guys have a good evening. and he just kind of saunter away.
Oh no, he still has his hand on your shoulder and he is steering you towards wherever they would go for their morning brew.
Monsieur Keats, you do not have to be very personal if you want.
What is this racket as I push open my door? What is going on?
Good evening, Lord.
Good evening.
Just
Toutain?
Monsieur Toutain stretching his legs a bit, and I was about to escort him to have a bit of a drink. Russell has a brew in the morning that I'm about to go have a sip of. I don't think I went over it with you, either of you, but I discourage drinking from my crew. I need them able and functioning. If we're at sea, sip here and there is fine, but as we're at port, I expect you to be utilizing the blood beer and the lovely inhabitants of Tunisia. And if you should kill any of my crew, I will rip out your throats and hang your corpse from the yardarm.
You present
What?
an interesting proposition, Captain.
It is quite interesting. I don't understand this talk. That seems incredibly. What is the words? Unusual.
My crew are mine.
No one said they were not, or were going to drink from them. Just simply asking a question.
No, it's just...
Has this happened
would-
before?
Not since my certain policy came into effect. I simply mention it because I don't think I mentioned it to either of you when you came aboard, and Monsieur Gerome, I didn't exactly have a chance to speak with you as I normally might my passengers.
No, because I was in a box being kidnapped from my home.
Yes. But I hope you both understand that you're not to touch my crew. I think that's been made clear.
Would not dream
Yes.
of doing so.
You said it about 1, 2, 3, 4 times? So yes.
Perfect. You can count.
Oui, I was taught very well. I am not a sea dog, so I was in school learning with books
Oh.
and language.
So, Aldric,
Yeah?
we might have to roll to resist the Fury Frenzy on that one.
Yeah.
That is...
Remind me.
Well, I'm about to. Usually I've got many of my resources up to kind of get right through that, so I'm going right to it now.
Let me grab my book real quick. So this
Brujah! You've pissed off the Brujah!
So,
there it is.
I'm going to set a difficulty. Aldric is going to roll willpower plus 1/3 of your humanity rounded down. However, we're going to take your Brujah Clan Bane into account, which I think puts you at a negative penalty of 2.
Think so?
Yeah.
So do you want me to remove 2 dice?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your Bane severity?
No successes. 2 1s.
Any on the Hunger Days?
Luckily, no. Those are both 4s.
Would you... You're entering Fury Frenzy.
Sadly, yes.
You have a choice. You can spend a point of willpower and try to ride the wave. Or I can take control of your character and... Actually, you'll control your character for a single turn if you spend a point of willpower. Otherwise, I take the driving wheel for Aldric Keats as the beast and handle the situation as the beast would.
I will spend a point of willpower. I don't want to kill Gerome.
All right, so you spend a point of willpower.
Mm-hmm.
You still feel that anger. You feel the beast enter your arms and legs as if all of your muscles tense and the marrow in your very bones is beginning to boil. Your Brujah mind has lost all sense of compassion, logic, reason. This person has just called you a sea dog, an animal of the ocean, an unthinking beast. You, who are surrounded by books on a floating Elysium, transporting princes and powers and principalities, he's calling you a sea mongrel. And I give you your action.
Am I aware of this? Has like the
You
the
probably
feeling in the
see it come over Aldric's face.
You would see he looks fairly displeased. You would notice his muscles start to tense. And in a very tight voice, he says, I will give you one chance to apologize. Just one.
You'll see Gerome just have like a straight, neutral face. I apologize for something I did not. Oh, you taking that personally. No. Entrancement. I'll roll it. Willpower. Alright, success. It is my charisma and my presence.
It begs an interesting question of can you entrancement the beast? However,
Shall see.
this is not the beast. This is Aldrich, who spent a point of willpower to remain in his right mind. Aldrich, the counter roll to this is going to be composure and wits. Charisma and presence for Gerome. Make sure you include
Surge again.
Make sure you include your looks as well,
Okay.
as this is a social.
3 successes?
I have beautiful, so that's like 1 extra dice, or is it 2?
Yes, 1. Stunning
It's
is
1.
2.
Okay, gotcha. All right.
This is great start to the evening, yo.
And I just surged, so how many dice is that? 4?
Yes.
Okay.
Aldrich, you can attempt to surge as well. Roll an extra 4 if you wish.
1, 2, 3, 4.
It's not
5,
something we
6,
think about all the
7,
time, so applying it
8.
retroactively is fine.
9.
Gerome with a 9.
I'm really torn as a player because I don't want to tear him apart, but at the same time, I know that Keats would be really upset if he let someone control him. So I'm gonna surge and see what happens.
Yeah, you can spend willpower to reroll 3 dice.
Yep.
Also,
Or that.
where's the Lord while this is happening? Is the Lord still out in the hall with us?
Like literally, like everything
think
I've
you're pretty
seen
much
this kind.
Watching.
Well, everything's happening kind of quickly. I want to interject, but like this whole exchange probably is happening before I can say something.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's no more successes. So it's just the 3 successes.
You
So.
want to spend your willpower?
Then I will only have 2. He is not the highest willpower Brujah out there. So I'm gonna leave it there.
All right. Gerome, you lock eyes with a very furious Brujah who's giving you an ultimatum. What do you say?
Jerome's gonna lean in as close as he can get to Aldric's face. Monsieur, I'm going to need you to calm down. I understand being on the water can cause seasickness, so it is okay if you are a little upset, but nothing bad has happened or going to happen to you or your crew. Do not take... Fine. Désolé, I am sorry. You may calm down now and go take a seat and read. It will help soothe your anger.
You're mad, but at the same time, you kind of want to do what he says because he's just so charming. His words are so honeyed. How could someone like this truly wish to offend you? He just told you to go read. Maybe he doesn't think you a sea dog after all. He's been through a lot.
You're lucky you're cute. Russell,
Beautiful,
generally,
not cute.
you're cute. Russell has normally a cask of blood beer if you need it.
I do.
I'm gonna go take a
Wait.
moment. I'll see you both later.
Good evening.
Captain.
And Keats turns around and heads back to his cabin. Oh, no, not to his cabin. To where he stashed that oh so interesting book.
Okay.
Take a look at that.
This effect will take place on the captain for an additional 6 hours due to the margin of success by Gerome.
Well, Mr. Lord, good evening. How are you? How did you sleep?
And yourself?
The sheets smelled awful. Like they've been in an unseemly place. Where is Monsieur Russell's room? I need to give him a visit.
I believe Russell's room is down the hall.
Oh, before I go, your squire is a very nice gentleman. I think you should protect him more and treat him better. Give him a raise or whatever you make for payment for him.
His payment is instruction.
Oh, you a teacher?
I am teaching him the ways of war.
Oh, for combat.
Yes, now I am taking my leave, thank you. And I spin on my heel and head up to the upper deck.
Everyone is in such a foul mood this evening. What's happened? Oh, I guess while he walks away, Gerome would just kind of like take his fingers and kind of guide it along the wall. Where's Lior's room?
Where is Lior's room?
I mean, probably like,
It's right next to mine. I think because we said we share a wall. or something.
Probably, yeah.
yeah, I think we share a wall. Yeah,
Low clans.
Oakland. Yeah.
Hey,
That's not the low clan symbol.
I guess he'd
right?
find it and be like, Madame?
Yes. Who?
Good evening. Good evening, Mademoiselle DuBois.
Good evening, Mr. Toutain. Can I help you with something?
Yes, Captain DuBois, I had a question. How
Not
long
captain,
we will-
navigator. Yeah, or just you can really just call me Lior. I mean, titles isn't really my thing.
But you are a successful person that keeps the ship going from crashing into the shoreline or killing innocents or whatever. So I give you the title you deserve, respect. How long are we going to be in port? Are you aware?
I honestly haven't talked about Keats with it, Captain Keats about it. I'm not quite sure. But
Okay.
I imagine we'll be staying at least another day because we would want to meet with the prince to discuss what we found last night. I believe that was what Keats had intended.
Okay. That is a fair thing to do. I have some things in town I must pick up. So this is perfect. I just wanted to make sure that it was all right with you and make sure that we didn't leave port just yet.
I'll make sure Keats isn't intending to, but I don't believe that's the plan. I think we're at least staying for another night.
Okay. Any
Or
chance?
I'm also going to push for that.
Oh, will you push for us to go back to Marseille?
Push for us to go back to Marseille?
Go to Marseille, yes.
I can do what I can, but why Marseille? I mean, that tragedy that just struck, or do you think there's evidence there?
Something is wrong. It is a feeling. I know that seems so peculiar to go based on a feeling, but it's just something that just not sits right with me.
I mean, I understand. I mean, Lord Adalbert said he was going to assist you as well, clearing your
Yes.
name. So I imagine I'll bring it up to Keats, and maybe just confirm with Lord Adalbert that that's the plan. But
He will take your hands in like a loving way, but like, please, you are the one that has all the power. I stand wholeheartedly behind your decision and your what you can do.
okay, I honestly don't have that much power. I mean, Russell was here before me too.
Madam,
but
you are the one that keeps this thing afloat. So I appreciate everything that you do. We will see each other again later on. I'm going to go talk to the person.
the who?
The
Oh, okay. I get it. I
Yes.
get the code now.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll have a quick
Is he
discussion
in
with
his
Keats.
room?
Most likely he does his little rites every morning where he throws beer on the floor, or every evening. So I imagine he's doing that. I mean, it's the praise set thing, you know. I don't know.
Lior speaks French, right?
Yeah.
I can understand it. You will hear him just say like "le serpent," like you hear him say the snake. In French, it's just "le serpent." Merci. You have a pleasant route of things. And he'll just kind of back away, and then you just, Monsieur Russell,
I'm not in my room.
is the door open?
No, of
Or
course not. He locks it.
I guess I'll go up deck. And he'll just kind of saunter off up the deck.
You, Aldric Keats, Percival enters your chamber as you're reading. Just wanted to give you an update, Captain Keats.
Right?
The ship is gone. Athena's eye. Left during the day.
Have you had is the berth that was in simply empty, or have you gotten reports that someone saw it actually leave?
Oh, we saw it leave. I threw a stone where it was before, and it hit the water.
It hit the water. All right. Well, that sounds like it truly left, and it's not mere illusion. Thank you, Percival.
I mean, we shot cannons at the other one, and it went right through, so, you know. Potato, potato.
Hey. Yeah. All right. Anything else that might have happened during the day that you think I should be aware of, or?
That's all I really know. If I think of anything else, I will come bring it to your attention.
Thank you, Percival.
Oh, anytime. He saunters off. Russell, what's going
Howdy.
on deck side?
Russell is surrounded by the surliest, shiftiest sailors on crew, trying to get information out of them on, all right, you lubbers, you've been here for 2 days now. Where have you been spending your shore leave? What holes have you been crawling into?
Wonderful bar, a harem or two.
You found a bar in a sheer territory? Interesting.
It's a dock, and people want to make money.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Let me know those places, the nicer ones you found. It interests me. And come closer.
Yeah.
I got a piece of business for you.
Yeah, what's going on?
I want an extra ration of whatever you want for whoever gets me information on whatever our guest is doing. You know which one I'm talking about. Either of them, actually.
Either of them?
Mm-hmm.
You got it.
Good.
We'll get Jimmy the Rat. No one ever hears him coming.
Good. Extra breakfast for you tomorrow.
You're on. He points you to a direction. It's there is a bar down the street, hookah bar, but they do serve some alcohol, regardless of many of the traditions here.
Rad.
Mr. Toutain, you are now top deck.
I think Adalbert came first, right?
Oh yeah.
Russell,
My lord, what may I do for you?
a moment of your time, please.
For you, anything. Especially so soon after sunset.
I just wanted to give you fair warning to keep an eye on your captain and Mr. Toutain.
I'm already doing the latter,
Very good.
but thank you.
I promised I would help him clear his name, but there's something.
You think he may be taking advantage of our captain's generosity?
To put it bluntly, yes.
Shame. I was beginning to like him.
What are the rules here on this ship?
I don't actually know. I've never bothered to learn them other than don't drink too deeply from the crew.
I am not.
Oh, and don't bring trouble back to the ship.
Yeah, I am not shocked for some reason that you never learned to know what the rules are here.
I get away with a lot. Let's be honest. I have that special skill as he takes a sip.
Yes. Yes, I'm sure that skill could get you much leeway anywhere you went.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for your time, sir.
Whenever you need it.
Then I kind of just wander on deck for a minute.
Lior. Lior, you going to knock on the door of Aldric Keats this evening?
Yep.
Excellent.
Captain.
Captain, yes, come in.
What?
I'm just sassing. Come on in.
Oh, because Monsieur Toutain. It's an odd joke. I don't quite get it.
He's starting to make me worry a bit, but he was asking one of the men if he ever thought of mutiny. Didn't make me happy. And then he proceeded to call me a sea dog, which made me even more unhappy. He's lucky he has a pretty smile.
Would make you unhappy. Understandably so. So, I wanted to catch up with you. I just wanted to confirm, were you going to brief the prince on the cult that we found under the city today?
Yes, I do. I hope that's something the prince is already aware of, but if she's not, it is something that would be worth saying. Would you be comfortable coming with me as to deliver what you saw firsthand, as I was not there?
Sure. I could, but I had some personal matters that I kind of wanted to seek out in the city.
Is there anything I can help you with?
Oh no. It's just based on some information I found yesterday. Just kind of, digging up more of a lead as I do. But if you would feel better with me there, I can certainly make time. I wasn't sure when you were intending to go see the prince, or if you needed to set up a meeting.
It would probably be polite to get word to a prince, and I don't want to just show up. So you should have some time. And if you're here, I'll bring you along with me. Otherwise, I have your report, or what you told me last night.
Of course. And if the prince needs to speak with me at all, please, I'm more than happy. I can certainly reach out. And then, I know you said you weren't on the best terms with Monsieur Toutain at the moment, but I do note he mentioned he would like to go to Marseille. I know he and Lord Adalbert may have struck a deal about finding about his innocence, and it seems that Monsieur Toutain thinks that that's the best route. Since you're more of the diplomat, I thought maybe you would have that conversation with Lord Adalbert. I don't really understand the terms of what's happening with them right now. But that was Monsieur Toutain's inkling, was to go to Marseille because something feels off. He had a feeling that it would be best if we went there to maybe secure his name.
A feeling, Well, Lord Adalbert is essentially our patron in this matter. His sire has paid for us to transport himself and Monsieur Toutain to Paris. If Lord Adalbert wishes a new destination, I will speak to him on that, but that will be Lord Adalbert's say, not Monsieur Toutain's. So thank you for letting me know.
Of course, always.
But at this point in time, our destination is still Paris.
No trouble at all. Monsieur Toutain just wanted me to bring it to your attention.
Thank you.
Not a problem. I'll come back here once I finish my business, and if you haven't headed for the prince yet, I'll join you.
Lovely. Thank you, Lior. I wish you luck.
Thanks, Captain. Be back shortly. And she will leave.
Russell and Gerome and Adalbert, I'm assuming at this point you're all kind of top deck side.
So then an ace can be a 2 or an 11. You see, Adalbert, that's how the game is played. You want to get to 21 as close as possible without going over.
I understand that. Very interesting game. Perhaps we should play sometime.
Perhaps.
Bonsoir.
Ah, bonsoir, monsieur.
Bonsoir.
Oh, you know French, Russell?
Of course, isn't everybody?
I wasn't too sure if you did. It's been a night. How are you getting on this fun night?
Doing well. About to head out to do some business in town. Just waiting on the captain to receive any orders he may have for me.
Do you have the drink? The captain said you had beer.
Right here. He slaps the cask sitting on the table next to him and hands you like a pewter mug.
Oh, you see. Merci. Thank you. I guess I'll drink to get my other hunger off.
All right. So you
Is
can-
this still the Genovan? Or is this something else?
Oh no, this one. This one comes from what they used to call Phoenicia.
Hmm. Wow. Okay. Interesting. It has a very a different flavor.
You can tell the spices that go along with what the local fed on.
It's quite nice. It's delicious. Thank you. So what are you doing up here on this lonely dock? Well, this lonely deck?
Or we're going over a game of cards. Lord Adalbert had never heard of Set Jack before.
You call it set jack,
Yes.
but isn't it blackjack?
I don't want to get
Is
into politics here with you, but it was invented by Set.
It's not politics, it was simply an observation, but I mean, you're free to call it whatever you like. Monsieur Lord, it is quite a fun game. I used to play it a few times a week with a young gentleman named Jacques. He swore that he could, what was his choice of words? Steal the silver from my purse, and he'd never could. It is a fun game. I think you should try it.
I shall.
Oh, you're all right, Lord. You look a bit disconnected.
I
There's
am
something
fine.
wrong.
As you are talking, a voice rings out across the dockyard. Adalbert. And you turn, and it is Lord Jurgen.
My lord, I bow.
Come, walk and talk. And
Yes.
I'm going to make a quick roll. He's literally walking, like, past you, expecting you to follow immediately.
Oh, I do.
I guess I just see him walk off the ship, and I was like, oh, okay.
You know him?
Me? Him?
Yeah.
I don't think I do.
Gerome and Russell, please roll composure and intellect.
Sure.
I know what that roll is.
He's standing on the land part of the dock, looking towards the Promethean. As Adalbert's already walking towards him, it's almost as if he's waiting for Gerome and Russell to follow suit.
2.
5.
You both feel a supernatural allure and pull to follow Lord Adalbert down to meet this man. He continues to walk, turn his back to you, and then continues to walk straight into the city as Adalbert is trying to keep up Gerome and Russell in tow with fascination. What's the delay, boy? Why are you here? Why are you not on the way to
We
Paris?
were beset upon and took refuge here.
Be set upon. Explain.
Yes. Many ships blocked our passage and were converging upon us. The captain felt the best course of action was to turn to a different port. I believe there was some sort of lower clan chicanery involved in the attack.
Spits on the ground. And Toutain. Walking.
This is my fault, Lord. My apologies. My squire dropped the cargo
Squire's a dead man, then.
He still has his uses, Lord.
He strikes you.
Very well. One can always find a new squire.
One can find a new anything if one tries hard enough. Remember that, Adalbert.
Your wisdom is unmatched, sire.
He, oddly enough, has not stopped walking away from the ship. He doesn't seem to have any clear destination.
I mean, I'm still following him.
Gerome and Russell?
I mean, aren't we like? Don't we feel a compulsion to follow?
Yes.
I look back. Sire, are you meaning for them to follow us?
Yes, of course.
Very well.
But he doesn't give you any actual rational answer on top of that. It's just power walking into town.
Can one resist?
You can, now, you can make another roll to resist, of course.
I'm gonna blood surge.
Critical success.
What'd you get?
I've got. It's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Awesome. You resist.
Six successes.
You still feel pulled.
Come on!
But barely.
Well, Gerome will stop, like, from following, and just kind of like look around at this and size up the situation. Does anything look weird?
Well, he looks as though you've seen him described. He's an older gentleman. Looks like he was in his 50s when he was turned. Very short, military-styled hair, wearing gambeson armor. It's almost like layer upon layer of very thick clothing with maybe a chainmail in between. It's very German in its look, a dark navy blue with a yellow collar, number of medals. He looks like the typical military general pompous prick that you'd see from Germany. He seems to walk the walk. He seems to talk the talk. You think this is the real guy. Or, if this is some kind of low clan chicanery, it's a very good one. You can give an insight roll if you wish, on top of your freedom of...
Absolutely, I would love to.
Adalbert, you may make the same roll if you wish, if something seems awry to you or amiss.
Is it wits or intelligence?
Let's do wits and investigation.
Investigation. I'm going to search again because I'm curious.
You're going to rouse the blood again?
Yes.
Okay. Did you pass or fail?
I passed.
Okay.
Wits. 2, 3.
At this point,
4.
Lior has likely gone about the town. Very good. Aldric, did you go in search of the Sultan, Prince, Sofniba?
I think he would like to try to set up a meeting, or he doesn't want to just barge in on her.
Not far from
had
where the ship is docked, you
a-
see Suli still there. She's like the liaison for every kindred in the area.
I rolled 5 successes on the insight roll, or the investigation.
Oh, both of you rolled 5. Let's see. Oh my. You guys might win this one. Good if you do. It's him, but something's not right. He's never done this before, Adalbert. He's definitely smacked you before. But he's never been one to walk and talk. He's a stand your ground, deliver your message. He's German. He's extremely direct and blunt and forward. And for him to simply walk with no seeming direction, he's not even looking for anything. Not a place to stay, not a particular room, not the palace. He's just moving away from the docks. And almost purposefully, supernaturally pulling you along with him.
Well, it's like he's not pulling me, right? He didn't actually hit me with anything?
Well, it's an area of effect. It's that aura of...
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
My lord,
Yes.
if I may beg a question, where are we going?
We have important matters to discuss.
We can discuss them here as is.
Why am I coming?
He turns on his heel, much like you've seen Adalbert do before. And you are...
Okay, double question, why am I coming if you don't even know who I am?
You're part of the crew, yes?
Yes!
Then you are here because I have hired you to be here.
We'll need to check with the captain on that.
I hired the captain.
Listen, I was hired to transport him, not for weird meetings. I don't know why we can't have this on the ship.
Turns, keeps walking.
While that's going on, Gerome is not there. Gerome has stopped. He stopped a while ago and went into the crowd.
God damn it, Gerome. God damn it.
Are you aware that Mr. Toutain is no longer with us?
I've summoned him before. I can summon him again. It's not my concern.
Are you feeling all right, my lord?
Of course. Why do you ask?
You are acting against character. Very much so, in fact.
Oh, do tell me. Continues walking.
You are acting rash for you? And this is not normally your manner.
Tell me more. Continues walking.
I don't think so, my lord.
He stops. I do think so, child.
I turn, put my back to him. Where did we meet, my lord? And I kind of like push my cloak open with my elbow.
We met on the field of battle, where you fell.
And where exactly was that? Simple enough story to concoct that I fell on the field of battle knowing that I am a crusader and you are my sire.
You're getting sentimental on me now, Adalbert? Do you think I remember every soldier I've turned? Exactly when and where? On the fields of battle throughout the course of my 1,000 years.
So that's a no then.
Not off the top of my head, no. Because I don't care that much, Adalbert.
You've given me a task, my lord, and I mean to complete it. You are distracting me from the duty you yourself gave me.
Then
So
you
if
have a new
please,
duty.
and that is?
Follow me.
Storyteller,
Yes.
is there anything about this compulsion that would stop me from harming or acting against this man?
No. It's simply that you are enraptured like the
Okay.
mice follow the pied
I would like
piper.
to use Extinguished Vitae on him.
Go ahead.
Because it's the blood surge lasts the scene, right?
Yeah, it's a turn, but I'll allow it.
Because it was composure and intellect before,
Yes.
and it's intellect for this test. So I'm going to be using that.
For the sake of expediency, Aldric will say that you spoke to Suli, who did tell you that the prince, or sultan, is available, and that she would love to meet with you again.
Lovely. Let me grab a couple of things and have a drink, and then we can set off at your convenience.
Excellent. Grabbing a drink from the ship, I'm going to put you back down to 1 hunger, because that's something you could easily obtain.
Oh, yes.
Lior, you disappear into the streets in search of Philippe. Pretty easy to find. It's a small mosque that is beautifully built, and we'll get to you in just a moment. But you do see Philippe healing a number of people with a wrapping around his head that is stained red in the middle as he's healing those who come to see him. But he does see a person of your clan walk in and gives you a smile as we cut back to our friends in the street. Friends in the street. What's going on?
This is the best roll I'm going to make the entire game. 4 10s and then 4 regular successes. So I think that's 12, and none of my 10s are on hunger dice. And I passed my rouse check. It is resisted by stamina and composure. I'm really glad I spent the willpower on this.
It's one of the finest rolls I've ever seen.
This is the best roll I'll ever make. Invoking the power of Set. I cursed your stolen vitae.
Your 12 beats the 7
Yes!
that Lord Jurgen tries to resist. The vitae in his body, the very fuel reserves a kindred relies on to be there for the pumping of every muscle, the synapses firing in his brain, to every discipline they use, begins to evaporate from his very body as he gets noticeably irritated. Adalbert. Has your collusion with snakes joggled your mind? Tested your loyalties?
You know where my loyalty lies.
And where is that? He draws a sword.
When he draws a sword, I'm activating feral weapons. Yes! My hunger does not go up. I'm about to die!
Well, I also draw my sword at this point.
If I'm going to put down a child, I might as well know what is the meaning of this. Monologue, all you will.
Me monologue?
No, me.
Ah.
What plans do you have, my lord? As I kind of point my sword at Russell.
Well,
I'm tired of this aimless walking.
he looks disturbed for a moment. As if not only the audacity of his child facing him, an attack by one of his associates, but the question finally hit home in his mind. I don't know. What are we doing here?
You've been leading us.
And I was told to lead you. But why?
I do not know, Lord.
What have you found in the city so far? That could have... I'm at a loss here.
Well,
He puts his sword away.
I still keep mine out pointed towards Russell.
Can I roll insight on this guy?
You can... Of course you can.
Insight and wits?
Yeah, Gerome, are you still at least hearing, watching this? From the safety of the crowd?
I actually am.
I know you.
Yes, because so basically Jerome's in the crowd.
Good story. Good
and
drama.
he can just see, but he's just kind of like mingling with everybody else. So like every time they move, he'll move, but he's still listening.
Yeah, you're doing the Assassin's Creed crowd thing.
Wanted to say he's using heightened senses.
Yeah, Ren clears about
3
So
successes.
he's hearing all of this.
3 successes for insight. What are you looking for as
I
far
want to
as information?
see. Russell has pretended to be under someone's sway before to get out of a situation he was caught in. He wants to see if he's just lying to get out of his lies, or if this is actually this guy believes he's telling the truth, that he is what I believe to be Adalbert's sire.
It is Adalbert's sire. You see that his it's faint, but you rolled pretty well. You've got a good eye. You can see that, like, if he was mortal, his blood pressure would have risen. He wasn't angry facing Adalbert before. He was calm as a cucumber, ready to strike him down in the street. Like a puppy who stole the guy's favorite shoes. No, he's now upset that something has given him a hidden directive that he does not recall. That he is now in his right frame of mind, and he is trying to determine who it was, what it was for, what's going on. And you can kill each other. And you get the vibe that you can kill each other in the streets all you want, but someone messing with his brain is very hard to do, and it's a very big deal to him.
My lord Adalbert, if I may make a suggestion, I think I can prove the identity of your sire beyond a doubt, and we can work together after that to put this matter behind us. And I already said that. too much blood beer for me this evening. We can work together to figure out who may have tampered, or I'm trying to say it in a way that doesn't seem insulting to your sire. Because, of course, he must have been tricked by a foul sort.
My lord,
Yes.
this man is named Russell. He thinks he might be able to prove who you are. I don't know why that matters.
The siege of
'Cause you are
Jerusalem.
who you are.
You asked me earlier.
Yes, I did.
Why didn't I remember that?
Your mind has been addled. my
This
lord.
wouldn't matter to the captain. If you were to meet with the captain, we would want the assurance that you are who we believe you are.
We were sent here. I sent you to get Toutain, because that is what I was told to do. That doesn't make any sense. He's here. He's clearly free. What has been your discussion with him so far? He obviously didn't run.
No. Mr. Toutain claims innocence for the crime he is accused of. I find myself to be a good judge of a man's character, and I believe him. So,
And yet
And
yet Etienne argued passionately for his culpability in the crime to Alexander.
I'm sorry, my lord?
Gerome Toutain. We were given information by Etienne de Fabergé that he is the one that killed St. Regis. And Geoffrey, son of Alexander, backed the claim. But you're saying there's a reasonable suspicion that this is not true.
Yes, sire.
Something is not right with the Grand Court.
No, I feel, as I have, that Mr. Toutain is but a pawn in a larger game.
And I think you and I may be similar.
Yes.
My
So-
lord's lord, if I may interject.
Yes, drunkard.
We- Okay. Our foes, we believe, the ones that have bewitched you, may be able to take the appearance of another specific people. Specifically, Alexander and Etienne.
Or they're just as well. I share same generation as Geoffrey, not Alexander. He's older than me. Etienne, after the business with Escarlemon being dragged to court as well, she left her post. She is no longer Queen of Toulouse, Gerome. That's what I see over there. And I know you can hear me. The Queen of Toulouse was accused as well. She fled to Iberia. I think Gerome might be right. I suspect he was not involved in Regis's death. However, what was your name? Drunk guy?
Oh, he is Russell, my lord.
Russell. You say they can take the faces of others.
From what I understand, yes.
What I do know is that the ship was somehow integral in all this. They specifically requested we get Gerome, we hire the Promethean. We should talk to the Sultan, see if they, Ashira, have any insights. Not that I suspect that they will be thrilled to see a crusader from Germany.
Well, I know Captain Keats has had audience with the Sultan before. Perhaps he can arrange a meeting.
Very well.
I believe he was to meet with the Sultan tonight.
Then perhaps
Really?
Well, that works out. Gerome,
Oh.
will you be following us?
You'll just see Gerome in the crowd. Like you said, Assassin's Creed style, and he'll just vanish with the crowd and start making his way towards the prince. Sloveniva.
He's got a will of his own, doesn't he, Adalbert?
That he does, my lord.
We'll meet him there then.
That, my lords, I must take my leave of you. I have work for the captain that must be done.
Yes.
As soon as Russell's out of earshot, do you trust that that man is actually going to do work for the captain right now?
Yes, but I also believe he wanted to extricate himself from this situation in general.
Oh, you mean before I got the blood back that he eradicated from my body?
Yes.
It might take all of what he carries with him to do that. I'm very old.
He has a very useful talent that could be of use to us, my lord.
Is drinking a talent in this godforsaken country?
He brews a special beer that our kind can drink and take nourishment from.
My God, why haven't you forsaken this mission and brought him to Germany?
I'm playing the long game, my lord, but I will make an offer to him. For we have much, including time.
We are 1 hour and 15 minutes in. Let's pause for a break. We will be right back with the other half of this wonderful chronicle. There's some very funny things that happened tonight that I cannot wait to rewatch again because it's been really hard to keep a straight face and not laugh for some of this. You guys are wonderful. Cool. We'll be right back, everybody. Stay tuned. This is Gehenna Gaming's Dark Ages, the crew of the Promethean. See you momentarily. Welcome back to Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, The Dark Ages, with our crew of the Promethean, +2. I am your storyteller, all Setite, Rick Wheeler from Gehenna Gaming, and last where we left off, oh boy, there was a lot of stuff happening. Aldric is on his way to meet the Sultan. Lior has just walked into a beautiful mosque, which is, the side of it is a house of healing, where you do see your contact, Philippe, who is currently sitting with an older woman. Looks like she's got a sprained ankle of some kind. And those two and several others are praying together. Eventually, he touches her swollen ankle, and you see the sash on his turban begin to get a little bit more red. But before long, she is standing, and her grandchildren help her up. They thank him and leave. He sees you kind of in the shadows near the entryway as he makes eye contact with you.
I think she would approach him, but like, not timidly, but, you know, cautiously she would approach him. Sir, would you happen to be Philippe?
Yes.
Good.
Would you happen to be Lior?
I would. I'm surprised you know my name.
Most Nosferatu do not come looking for me, and when they do, they're not smiling. So your reputation precedes you.
Good. I'm glad for that then. I'm happy to make your acquaintance then. I'm glad my reputation precedes me and I'm not seen as a threat.
No, you have helped a great number of us. And we appreciate everything you've done.
Of course, and that's why I came to find you. Once I heard you were in the city, I'm of course always looking to help more. Anything.
I
Help your clan.
do have something for you if you're headed in the direction of Northeast Europe.
Possibly. Our next stop is either Paris or Marseille, so...
Well, after that, before that, during, however, there is a message I would love for you to deliver. And I normally wouldn't trust anyone else with this message, but I know you've been seeking these answers yourself. There's a castle in Romania called Toreador, where my contact, Matiel, a warrior, celebrity member of my clan, is looking for this information. And I believe there are a number of other answers you've been seeking from there. Dondini should have told you, made an introduction between you and them a long time ago.
Oh, yes, I believe he did. And she'll actually, roll back the sleeve on her shirt, and reveal, 3 eyes in a line that have been kind of tattooed into her skin. And say, yes, I have made contact before with the person you speak of. Or who I believe you speak of. I shouldn't assume.
It's possible that your ability with that mark could be extended now that they've had more time to study and work with the others. If that's something you're interested in.
I mean, of course, definitely. That knowledge is sincerely what I seek, and I think Dondini would, of course, find it interesting as well.
So what brings you to Tunisia? I'm sure you're here seeking information as well.
Of course, on top of wanting to aid. We picked up a package and were intending to deliver Monsieur Gerome Toutain to Paris for trial via ways of Lord Adalbert von Babenberg, who had picked him up to deliver him to Paris, but we were derailed here by a group in masks. And she would describe the masks.
Yeah, New Carthage.
New Carthage. Is that... How prominent are they? I may have gone down into the cistern and saw some of their meetings.
Of course you did.
When information presents itself, how can I resist?
They're prominent enough. They're all over the Mediterranean. They even do some work for us from time to time.
Work?
Yes. Like bringing Gerome here.
You intended for Gerome to be brought here?
Of course.
Do you know potentially more? I'm assuming you know more of his story. He claims innocence to us.
I'm quite sure he's innocent.
It seemed likely to me as well. It just, the story wasn't plausible. So, he is here. I saw him this morning.
Mm-hmm.
He would like to head to Marseille.
That's his
I
prerogative.
believe something lies there.
I think his part in this larger scheme is likely at an end. I don't think they'll be having people pull his strings left and right anymore. I think he was meant to be a big distraction for Alexander.
Distraction.
Well, primarily for the other forces at play, like Alexander. There's a lot of things happening in Paris right now, Lior.
Like, such as what? Is Alexander part of this new Carthage?
No. Nor are those who seek to supplant him. But those who wish to see New Carthage flourish, or to point them in a more appetite, or a better direction, sure. They'll fund anyone who will go along with their endgame. There's some interesting things about New Carthage, if you have a moment to listen.
Sure. Of course.
Were you,
I'd be happy to.
Were you aware? I mean, you, like myself, are interested in Golconda.
Indeed.
But there's a large number of other kindred philosophies that are at odds with belief in Golconda. And one of those is worldviews like Michael's of Constantinople, the dream. And while it may have some of the pomp and flavor of Carthage, Michael was no friend to the Brujah, or to Carthage, or to my clan, or anyone's really. He reaches into his pocket and he gives you a copy of a speech that Michael had written about the fall of Rome, about the fall of Carthage. Do you open it and read it?
Yeah. If it's something short,
Yeah,
she
he
definitely
gives
flips
you
through
like
it.
a minute
Yeah.
to read it. It says, "We leave the eternal city because its heart has long since ceased beating. It dies, and you, the lords of the once glorious city, hide in its shadows, lost in a maze of your own construction. When our kind looks back to these times, to the death of yet another era, they will see your accomplishments and wonder what went wrong. But never as you conceal yourselves will they know who was responsible, to whom praise or condemnation should be addressed. Your deeds, both great and vile, will be lost to posterity, and all they will call you will be incognitos." That,
Oh.
right there, is how the people we serve came to be. The Incarno. And for Golconda to flourish, the dream of Constantinople and Michael needs to end.
Of course.
So,
Well,
New Carthage, you see?
right.
Well, they're part of a larger chessboard to rid the peace that is Constantinople.
Peace? They're part of a puzzle?
Who's that?
You said they're a step towards peace with Constantinople? Is that what
Oh,
you
no,
said?
no, they're
Oh.
a piece on the board trying to rid the board of the peace that is Constantinople, not pieces
Ah.
in War and Peace.
So for now, our allies.
Of course.
In a weak sense.
Right. Always in a weak sense. They're only after what their own ideals are. They're not servants of Golconda, they're servants of keeping this spirit of Carthage alive. Although they have perverted it. They are looking to use these people for dubious means.
Right. What I saw in the cistern was not
It's not healthy.
full reminiscent of Carthage.
Right.
It was frightening.
And these short embers of their lives will unfortunately need to burn out for other philosophies that contend with Golconda to be stricken from the kindred record.
Of course. Agreed. I believe, well, the prince, of course, knows of New Carthage. I believe my captain, Keats, and was going to inform them of what I found in the cistern. Do you know how knowledgeable they are? Or how aware?
I do believe this evening the prince had received a message from the Ashira.
Oh. Do you know the contents?
I think they were supposed to distract you and your crew.
That makes sense. 'Cause our priority should be elsewhere. Friend, what would you recommend? Do we take Toutain to Marseille as he wishes? To prove his innocence?
I think those who even said he was guilty in the first place will be dead before long. And his innocence or culpability will not matter.
Reasonable. If there's no one to try the guilty, what purpose does it serve?
I think his part in much of this was simply to distract the powers that be in France.
Understood. And your message. I'll be sure to relay it.
Thank you, my child.
Thank you for meeting with me. I appreciate this, as always. If you ever have a need, you know who to look for.
Indeed.
Or who will be around the corner, most likely.
More than likely. And he walks away. Aldric
She
Keats.
heads back off to the boat.
What's going on with Aldric Keats?
Before leaving the Promethean, he would have selected a book that he would have thought the prince might have interest in. Something he probably doesn't have anything of quite the same academic value that of relation to her clan, but he has some interesting volumes. He would want to. He's a big fan of the whole take a book, leave a book. That's
Book
a
swap.
simple way to share knowledge. And he also wants to make sure that she is aware that there's this group of 50 to 60 kindred chilling out in the cisterns. So he's gonna make. He will take Suli up on her invitation to meet with the prince. Before he does, he's going to touch base with Percival.
Percival is actually coming looking for you. He was in the city earlier, and he's got a message from Pitor. Ah, Captain, good to see you. I went to the market, checked out the bookstore we always typically like to swing at. Some sad news. Pitor is looking to retire.
Oh, that was sudden. I just spoke with him last night. He seemed
Yes.
well enough.
Well, he's fine, but while you were in town, he figured who best to relay the books he has still in storage to but to you. He doesn't have any other family to transfer the business to. No one to sell all those books. He said if you want them, they're yours. He got most of them from you anyway.
Of course. When did you just speak with him? I'd like to. I'd like to see him and make sure he's all right
Sure.
and all that. Did you just leave him?
No, not 20 minutes ago.
All right. I'll speak with him, and then I'm hoping to talk with the prince again, just to share some things and share a book. And he sort of excitedly holds the volume he's hoping to give her, one book lover to another.
I heard that there was some commotion down below with our guests and two of our fellow mates.
Hi, are any of our men discontent in some way?
No.
Monsieur Gerome Toutain was asking if any of them had thought of mutiny.
No.
It disturbed me greatly.
It disturbed them greatly too, and they wanted me to convey to you that none of us would ever do anything like that, Captain.
All right, thank you. I hope I didn't scare them too bad, but I was very upset.
You know, this is a weird world, and we can feel afraid sometimes because of our place in it, but we never fear being in any danger with you. It's an honor to serve.
Thank you, Percival. And, well, I'll head off then. But, just be careful, keep an eye, and, try to get some sleep at some point. I don't know when you ever sleep, but try.
I keep my secrets as you keep yours.
Good lad. All right. See you later, then.
See ya.
And Keats is very worried about Pitor. So he's going to walk off the Promethean to talk to Suli. His goal in mind to inform her that he very much wants to meet with the prince, but if possible, he would like to stop by a friend's bookshop to check in on him. He's worried about his well-being.
Are you certain we have time for that?
Well, I was more asking you if we did. If you believe the prince is ready for an audience, then I will speak with my friend after.
That would be wise, because I had sent a message beforehand.
Very well. Then off we go, and thank you for your assistance with this. I appreciate it.
You're honored guests. You arrive at the Sultan's Palace about the same time that... Actually, Gerome, you would have gotten there first before anybody. Since you're quicker than most of us. But you were not exactly waiting for Russell, Adalbert, or Jurgen.
Is the prince in?
Ah, Monsieur Toutain. 2 evenings in a row?
Yes, it is good to see you again. How was your night? Your sleep?
It was good. Very
I'm
busy
glad
here.
to hear. I look around. I see. I came to pick up. I came to pick up the copies of the books that you had transcribed for me.
Yes.
And
I think I will hold on to them for you.
Okay. Any particular reason why?
There's been an unusual development, my friend.
Do tell.
I have been asked by the Ashira to keep you and the Promethean crew here in Tunisia, as they are coming for all of you.
Why?
I do not know. But
Do you?
as soon as your friends arrive, I'm going to say, you never checked in. And I have a way for you out of the city.
I was going to especially alert you about that. Are you aware of Monsieur Jogan? The German.
I've heard of him.
Well, he is in your city. I'm just going to say that.
I do not believe there's been a necklace checked out for him.
Of course not.
It's very rude.
Quite rude. But something is going on in Marseille. And I am not... I'd like a ship to get out of this place.
Part of my helping you leave this city is more than just simply waiting to die on the coast, my friend.
Of course.
I have...
Is someone attempting to harm you?
No. But when I have guests who've done me no wrong, and the leaders of my sect tell me to hold them, maybe we operate a little differently here.
Something is afoot.
Perhaps. That is for them to find out. If they catch you, that is unfortunate.
Hopefully they do not.
But if you slip away, that is their problem, not mine.
What is the plan?
There's an unusual number of kindred I have in my trust that I will introduce you to. If you
right
can
now?
When your friends arrive.
Oh,
They
they are.
we have booked
They are, they are
passage.
possibly.
Hmm.
They're both possibly on their way. Um, Monsieur Keats, the captain of the Promethean,
Yes.
he seems to be a little bit perturbed with me.
Oh,
I was asking a simple question about his crewmates and if they ever thought of mutiny. Not to start any problems, just
of
a simple
course.
question. And I think he took it personally. And
No.
it was a whole thing. Smoke mirrors, broken glass, you know.
You
You know
think
how
you know
Zebu.
somebody and then they'll rage? Oh,
Well, he is a Buha. You
I
know how.
know.
You know how they get
I thought he
all
was.
out of sorts.
I thought he was different. Maybe it was just the library and
Well,
the fine books always get to me.
well, you know, the Buha are really good with literature, but I don't know. They tend to be very I don't know the words, but
Explosive.
oh,
Hmm?
perfect. That's the perfect word. Explosive.
I have a
But
library
they are
myself.
fine. They are fine. Um,
Yeah, they will do.
yes. And I just want to get back home to Marseille. If something is afoot, I will raise Marseille to the ground. Any kindred that stands in my way for my right to the city, to that place, will meet a fate worse than the sun. I know people, I know kindred that can do horrible things to them. And I will make sure that they are known and know that I know what they are doing. I cannot put my finger on it, but if I did, I'd have to wash it. Much like the Promethean, the ship is quite dirty. Oh, and I had some sheets. Those sheets were wonderful, but the lower clansmen pulled a swindle upon me and gave me smelly sheets.
How are you alive? I would have died.
Oh, it was a long night and I just collapsed on the bed. But when I woke up, this is an odd scent, not like it.
I would have met the sun.
I know. Do you know what this lower clansman's clan is?
Was it the snakes?
Of course.
What a coincidence. The same clan of the friends that I am going to introduce you to.
The snakes?
Yes, believe it or not, she actually looks around. They are not supposed to be in the city. The Ashira
I know.
hate them.
I know.
But they are very competent, my friend. I like to think of them as my private security team, in a way.
Wonderful. The one that I am on the ship with, he is actually rather charming.
No.
He is very charming, very handsome. I can get a lot of things out of him.
You
If I
could
play my
probably get
cards right.
a little bit more.
Which is something. Are you familiar with the Cappadocians?
Yes. Odd
If I had-
people.
They are odd people, but they do get things done if something's wrong. And if I wanted to, if he ever decided to step out of line or try to betray me, I would have them have his heart. St. Regis is, his resources were vast, and I was able to tap into some things. But this is just me talking. I was just planning in
I
case
love
he
to
tries
hear
to,
you talking.
because just in case he tries to royally fuck me.
Yeah. At that point, Adalbert, Russell, Jurgen, and Aldric.
I can go with Jurgen.
walk in. No? No. Sully mentioned to me that you had wished to meet Aldric.
Yes, I wanted to give you a book of my own that I picked up on my travels that I thought might be fit for your fine collection, and I also wanted to just. What are you doing here, Gerome?
Oh, hello, Mr. Keats. Welcome. I was just talking with the Prince Zenobia here, and I was talking about securing some silver.
For what purpose? Your purpose is your own, I suppose, but
I can tell you, when we get to Paris, I was going to buy a nice suit, a nice shirt, and the new pants.
you cannot find those things here in Tunisia.
Well, there are Tunisian clothes and then there are Parisian clothes, and Parisian is a little bit different. And what I wanted etched with a little bit of gold leaf. If I am to stand in front of hooligans that pretend to be friends and true kindred for my trial, I will go with a bang. They will not write in books that I was not dressed to par.
Yeah, first impression is often important. Lior had told me that you were hoping to go to. I might as well discuss it here if the prince doesn't mind. Do you mind if I have a quick discussion with my passengers?
No, I have some business to attend to.
All right.
She steps out for a minute. You do not see Jurgen walk in.
Yes,
all right.
Monsieur.
Lior had told me that you were hoping to go to Marseille, Lord Adalbert. You had paid me on the side of your sire to transport you and Monsieur Toutain to Paris. Where is my ship actually meant to go?
Monsieur Keats, are you familiar with Lord Jorgensen?
Only in passing, in that he paid Lord Adalbert.
Yes, well, he is here. Well, I saw him earlier in the bazaar, and he appeared not to be himself.
In what fashion?
He appeared to be hypnotized, I guess, would be the word.
Oh.
Yes, I think your payment and to the Lord Adalbert himself are valid, but I'm not quite sure if Lord Shogun is actually trying to get a real legitimate answer about my supposed murdering of my sire.
Well,
And
I have a contract.
I will pay you if you can take me to Marseille.
The Lord Jurgen, my sire, of course his goal was not to prove your innocence. That was not ever something that he intended. My initial orders were to take you to Paris to stand trial. As I have said to you, Monsieur Toutain, that I would help you prove your innocence. My sire is also convinced now that you are simply a pawn in something greater and you are not guilty.
Then why am I still going to be taken to Paris for something I did not do?
As we have discussed, I am going to help you prove your innocence. If you feel that is to be done in Marseille, I will accompany you.
What is happening in Paris? Who is presiding over this trial? What is actually happening since I am a pawn in this bigger scheme? I am the fall guy for something I had no control over.
So, do you wish to go to Perry? For I do not have that information. So you will decide.
You hear a cannon fire 3 times.
What is that?
Cannon. That happens all the time. We're in a port city.
Was it your ship?
As we cut to Lior.
With a cannon?
Total badass. This Nosferatu are strong as hell. Look at the smile. You gotta be terrifyingly strong.
Terrifying.
Lior, you make your way back to the docks to the Promethean to meet the captain, as was discussed. You brace yourself for what you see at the docks. The ship is gone. A number of the people you relied on for raising the sails, navigation, even the simple things. You knew them by name. They knew you quite intimately as the trusted navigator. Many of them are dead on the docks or in the water.
So all of them are dead. Do I see the ship out at sea at all?
You see it leagues away in the moonlit sky, as is your background. There is one body moving in the water, trying to get to the docks.
She'll either look for some rope or she'll like try to offer that person assistance in some way.
Okay. Do you want to do a dex in athletics?
Sure. I'll rouse the blood, why not? Okay, I passed that one. Got 8.
That's way higher than I expected. You're able to get a line of rope that was coiled around one of the dock pegs. You're able to fasten it to something quick and heavy on the end. You toss it out. They're weak, but they grab onto it and you're able to pull them in. It is Percival in a very bad state. Part of his abdomen has been cut open, and he is dying.
Does Lior think she would have enough time to get him to Philippe?
Without his organs falling out? No.
Right, yeah, without him, okay. Percival?
He is unresponsive. Whatever strength he had left was literally holding onto a piece of rope.
She is going to attempt to Because he's the only one who would have information on who would have done this. Or do I? I don't know, right? Based on my conversation with Philippe.
That what? What's the question?
I don't know who would have done this, right? Based on my conversation with Philippe.
Probably New Carthage.
She's going to attempt to turn him into her child. Because she doesn't want him to die. She has spent too much time training him, teaching him the ways of navigation, and knows that Aldric would also be in despair if she lost him.
Time is running out.
Yeah, she's gonna... Don't remember the exact process for turning a human, because it's not something my characters are usually concerned with. But I think she will do her damnedest.
You bite your wrist.
Mm-hmm.
You put the blood to his mouth. It trickles in. He's not taking it in. His mouth is full of water.
I think she kind of realizes it's a little futile at this point.
Or you could do a intelligence and medicine roll.
Oh, I do have medicine. I don't have medicine.
Blood search.
Another
Intelligence.
one. I do have intelligence. Oh, blood surge. Okay, I passed that one.
You're adding 4 dice.
Yeah. So that is 1 success on a blood die.
It is enough to know. Oh, so you got a bestial failure.
Yeah, I did. Yay.
Can she spend willpower?
Yes,
I didn't.
you can.
Okay, I'll spend a willpower.
If you want to. I mean,
No, I kind of want this to stay the way that it is because this is hilarious. We're staying with the bestial failure. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is great. I apologize, Aldric. I tried.
your beast takes over. And while CPR on someone who's dying is a very real thing you could do, or even turning him over to get the water out of his lungs, his esophagus, so he could swallow the blood and become embraced, that's not on your mind. You grab him. Your beast takes over. You snarl. Your face becomes twisted. The pure mask of Nosferatu twistedness and evil. And you slap Percival across the face. Tell me what you know. Who did this? I must know. And he's terrified in the last second of his life. And says, Athena's, and then dies. Forever lost to the night. Forever lost to the day. The last thing in his memory, as it fades to black, is the face of Lior. who he trusted, loved. Betraying him. We go back to the palace, where the Sultan quickly runs back into the room, a staked Jurgen being carted off in the corner. Don't worry about him. He was not invited. Did not have a necklace. We need to get you to safety immediately. Your ship has been taken.
What?
Gerome will just kind of like from that pan over. Oh, wow. Z.
That is my sire.
He will be fine.
Keats uses Blink to get the fuck out of there and back to the Promethean as soon as he knows there's something wrong. So what do I roll?
It's a rouse check.
It is a rouse check.
And
Pass.
that is.
I assume it's celerity and...
Yeah, celerity.
Yep.
Celerity and dex, or what is it?
One moment. Celerity. Blink is dexterity and athletics or as needed.
Yeah.
It's a nice healthy pool. And this is important to him, so he's going to blood surge for another 4 dice.
The ship has been captured, so
Yeah, it
Come on,
does.
deal. oh my god.
I have a way out of here.
Yes,
As I said, another ship.
I will go.
You strike a deal with the Setites, and they will help you.
What kinds of deal?
Whatever deal they make up. They work for
So-
me, but when they don't, it's out of my hands.
So you don't have a way out of here for us.
I do, but you have to work with them. The Ashira has already put out the word for your capture. Luckily, the Ashira and the Setites hate each other. They might be willing to help you out of spite.
So your way out is simply acting as a go-between and putting us in contact with your Setite friends.
Yes.
Oh, Steve will play. Let's go. I'm ready.
Keats got 9 successes to use Blink to get back to the Promethean as quickly as possible. And given,
You get back
like,
to the
he
docks.
wouldn't, yeah, he wouldn't worry about being subtle in most cases because this is Dark Ages. This is a city that knows about Kindred. They don't seem to care.
Correct.
He's just going.
And you do. You dodge every person in the street who would have bumped
Theodore.
into you. You dodge yellow cats, breaking the fourth wall.
Keeps
You
clawing.
arrive at the docks. You see the massacre of your people. You see Lior screaming into the face of a dying Percival. Tell me what you know.
Oh, he is over there. Is he fast enough?
Are you?
I would like to be. As soon as he gets there, she is out of the way and he is trying to turn Percival in accordance with what they had previously discussed in their relationship.
So you shove Lior to the side, probably off the dock and into the water.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I mean, like...
Lior's beast is in control. As you arrive, you shove her into the brine right off the dock. The nice cool water likely quickly brings Lior back to her senses as you're looking down at Percival's ruined body. Would you like to make a medicine roll?
Sure. I do not have medicine, but I do have
You got
intelligence.
so many books.
You
This
also
is
have
really
blood
your
surge.
fault.
Percival has medicine!
This is,
Blood surge.
only-
Use blood surge.
you only have yourself to blame for having this many books and no dots of medicine.
Yeah, I know. So, the blood surge, is it still in effect, or do I need to surge again?
I would say it's still in effect.
Awesome.
How could you, Lior?
Okay, I got 2 10s, so that's 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
That's enough to know that you look at him, his esophagus, his nose is wet. He likely has a ton of water in his body. You're smart enough to know that you could press on his sternum with your immense hands and at least try to turn him over to get the water out. If you were to fill
Keats.
his mouth with blood as soon as possible, not only his mouth, but possibly even his open wounds of his stomach, wherever, anywhere that blood could be taken in by this man.
Keats is going to take that course of action. Let me know what rolls you need me to make.
You scored well enough, let's just do it.
Nope.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Tell me what you do.
Okay. Keats turns him over and makes sure the water gets out of his mouth. And as he's doing that, he's also biting his right wrist. Not just like a little bite, but like I want this to be free-flowing type of thing. And gets it to Percival's mouth as soon as he thinks the water's out. And he's going to be doing that. And if Percival doesn't seem to be drinking in, he'll start trying to get that into some of his open wounds. But he's hoping that Percival starts to drink. Presumably having the water expelled is enough of a shock that if there's a spark of life, he'd regain some semblance of consciousness.
He does not. He does not. The water is out of him and he seems dead. Moments pass, minutes.
Come on, you bastard, come on.
But he begins to stir slowly. In an unnatural way. The wound on his stomach, his organs, begin to slowly seem to creep back into his body.
That's a good boy, that's a good lad.
His skin begins to turn a dark grayish blue color.
That's odd. Are we having a baby? Or is Lior and Keats somehow having
I think
a
by now
personal
Lior's probably
baby?
out of. I think Lior's probably out of the water by now, and is probably not too close, but is nearby, knowing that she kind of fucked up.
In my head, I see Lior reaching to the dock, pulling herself up out of the water, and just the hood and the eyes just peeking up above the wood like, am I going to die? And I leave the scene to you as Percival seems to be responding.
Percival.
With his body as damaged as he is, he's in a state of torpor, even though he is transitioning.
Yeah. All right. Let's get you back to the palace. Then, Lior,
Yes, Captain?
I'm sorry I shoved you.
It made sense. I wasn't myself, so that makes sense. That's reasonable.
Yeah, apparently the Ashira do not want us to leave this place. We should head back to the palace. If I thought we had time, I'd ask you to see if anyone here knows anything, but hopefully Percival
does.
will. Huh?
He muttered to me, Athena.
The Ravnos came back.
Yeah.
Bastards.
So, it was those from the cistern that took our ship.
Cold. All right. Well, back to the palace then.
Did you discuss this possibility with Percival before?
Yes. And at this point, Keats is just sort of picking him up. Big Brujah. As carefully as possible, and he's preparing to blink back to the palace with Percival. Even though he looks to be going nose, that's weird, but whatever. It's like, yes, the understanding was that once he felt he was reaching an age where it might be appropriate, he would want to be embraced, or if he faced a mortal wound, he wanted the same. And he's been loyal in his service to me and learned a great deal. And he's my friend.
I thought you would want the same. I did try, if that makes sense.
I appreciate that. Well, it looks like you might have succeeded. But in either case, we'll see if he survives the change.
Understood. To the palace, then.
To the palace. I have a way to get myself and Percival there right quick. Do you have a way, or do you want to hold on? I'm going to blink. I will be moving very, very fast. I would assume that he could carry at least one person. Two might be a bit much, but he can try. Two?
Okay.
Yes, I've carried two before when necessary.
Well, I will hold on then.
All right. I need to expel the cat from my dice box.
We'll actually call it a night there as you all wind up back at the Sultan's, ready to discuss what may have been learned tonight by a certain Nosferatu and others, as well as next steps on how to get out of the city, get your boat back, get to Marseille, save your sire. These decisions are completely up to the players. You will have a lot to think about. But we will end there tonight. This has been Vampire the Masquerade, The Dark Ages, Crew of the Promethean. I have been Rick Wheeler, Oops All Setite on Twitter. You can find me anywhere Gehenna Gaming is. Monday nights, we've got Monster Hearts. We've got Midnight World coming back on Thursdays. Friday nights, for the foreseeable future, we've got this wonderful crew for Dark Ages. And we'll have the other Dark Ages crew back at some point, whether it's because they go to Marseille or we do solo one episodes and then eventually bring them back full bore. And then it'll be a cycle with these lovely folks as well, and wherever they decide to go in the world. But we've got lots of more great content. This Saturday, we've got Slady's ATL doing a Dungeons and Dragons game for, I think it's a charity that is, I forget the name of it. It's like GLEN, but they help LGBT youth in schools to not be bullied or harassed, and to make sure that they feel welcome, secure, and that they have all of the same happiness that a child needs to get a good education. So that's the charity they're supporting this Saturday for the Saturday Night One-Shots. It's Dungeons and Dragons. I believe it's a horror fae carnival of some kind. It looks pretty cool. Run by our friend April Raygun over at Slady's ATL.
Not going to be the week before this.
Yes. Because this is airing oddly. So, hey, future things, past things. Anyway.
So I'm sure you guys watched that and thought it was awesome.
Hey.
Also, it's GLSEN is the charity.
Perfect.
I looked up the ad.
Glisten. It's called Glisten.
Perfect. That's a great name for that.
It is.
Wonderful cast. Where can they find you and your broken hearts?
I'll go first. So I'm Leslee. Leslee Wombat on Twitter. You can find me there. You can find me usually streaming on Tuesdays. Halo on my Twitch, which is also Leslee Wombat. I do a podcast called Hot Garbage Gaming. Find that wherever you listen to podcasts. I literally posted an episode last night about video games. We're done with the Star Wars stuff. So, back to video games. We should have an E3 episode coming up.
Nice.
And then... Yep, I think that's it. Oh, Abnormalcy. You can find me on Carrying Comfort Studios also on Fridays, but you should catch the VOD for that one, for Abnormalcy, which is the hero system where I play a lizard person.
Sweet. Are you playing Tinkerbell soon?
Yep, that's tomorrow.
Right on.
Tomorrow, tell us more.
Tomorrow, Carrying Comfort Studios is doing so that's tomorrow, which will be June 23rd, so you can catch that VOD on YouTube or on Twitch.
We're
where
dating
we did
this episode hard.
Listen,
It's all over the
I don't know
place.
you offer me.
Play more games, will you? You're great.
I'll try to play less. Listen, I'm sorry. I'll be playing Tinkerbell in the Shrek 2.5 for charity via City of Mists.
Cool.
So
Try not
definitely
to,
catch that on VOD.
try not to kill anyone's touchstones while you're doing that.
I'm so sorry. I was gonna save him and it didn't go great, and then Lior decided she didn't want to be a mom.
I love it. Mid laughter, let's get Gerome Toutain.
I'm just sitting here looking at thirsty tweets. I'm kidding. So,
How Toreador of you.
very. So, wow. I can't wait for Jerome to be like, what? You had a baby? Oh.
Gross and weird.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm Joe, better known as the Toreador, Nolofanger on Twitter. I'm playing Gerome Toutain, the Toreador that likes to press buttons and inspire mutiny.
Yeah,
And
oh my god, he's such a troublemaker.
a walking uppity troll who's a Toreador.
It's like so funny. It's really hard not to laugh this game.
But it's all in good fun. Jerome's method, there's a method to his madness. This is the reason why he's doing things. He's a prisoner on a ship. Well, the ship is gone. But yeah, you can catch me on Twitter. I'm playing with these lovely people for foreseeable future with Dark Ages. I am also the ST for Montgomery by Night. Also, I'm still doing Montgomery by Night adjacent. Things have finally settled. Those I have to talk to, I will get to you because I got to get scheduling, and we're going to do a few streamed episodes, and then we're going to tie that together with the main story for season 2. And yeah, also on through Onyx Path through Table Goth, playing Cult of the Blood Gods. I am playing I've been lovingly called Daddy Dario Giovanni of Clan Hakata. If you watch it, you know why they call him Daddy. I think we're also future. It might be coming to an end soon. I'm not sure because things got really intense last night. Let's just say the Forbidden Suck happened.
Ooh, Diablerie.
Yeah. And I guess you'll find me on other stuff too. But hey, I'm here.
Very good. Lord Adalbert von Babensberch.
Yes, I am Dave, playing Lord Adalbert von Babensberch. You can find me on Twitter at SliderDK. And coming in the fall, I will be the GM for Displaced and Disorderly, a Cyberpunk Red story.
Cool.
On Carrying Comfort Studios. You
Great
can
name.
find, thank you. You can find applications if you are interested on Twitter at Comfort Carrion.
You were about to like totally square off against your dad.
Yeah.
That was tense stuff, man. Russell.
Hello, I am Ben Big Dad Walker, who played Russell tonight. Russell has no idea what's going on with everybody else. He's just happily browsing whorehouses and bars, looking for stuff. You can catch me every other Saturday running Heart City Beneath. And because this is the future, I can say this. I hope you enjoyed the VOD of me on Martlet Games' one-shot as Chet, the Banu Hakim.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Do I have anything else? I hope you liked 2 days ago when I ran a Delta Green game for charity to wrap up Carrying Comfort's month of the Comfort Be Queer campaign to raise money for the Trevor Project. Thank you to everyone who donated. I love all of you.
Yes, and because of that wonderful campaign, Ben has been losing more and more hair every time I see him, and that is always fun. Because I am whimsical and mean.
Hey, Wes.
We have a moratorium. We have a moratorium on not being allowed to shave the eyebrows.
But you look so cute. It's like Wes.
You can just draw them in. Everyone does it.
No, because I did research. The eyebrows will not necessarily grow back in the same place. And he has previously, and I know this because he previously discussed shaving them in the shape.
Call her Mike.
He previously discussed shaving them in the shape of stars, and I said no.
And lightning bolts.
And lightning bolts.
Lightning bolts would be pretty cool.
Right?
You gotta do the Vanilla Ice 3-stripe. Only on one eyebrow.
Ooh.
No,
Word to your mother.
eyebrows are not to be touched.
Nick, don't cut this.
Eyebrows are not to be touched.
Last but not least, Aldric Keats. What do you call a captain that's not a captain?
Oh, he's still Captain Keats.
Is he though?
He's still got that attitude.
Captain
That'll be
without a
fine.
ship, still a captain.
Can you
I
still
mean,
marry
if
people?
you gotta call him something else, just call him Keats. It'll be fine. Oh my god, his books! Oh, his books!
You just realized that?
Listen, we'll get over it.
Very
We'll
concerned about
hour for
Percival.
viewer.
That is priceless.
Oh
I
my
can't wait to
god,
see.
no!
You know, there might have been a little reason I was like, what if Pitor retired and gave Keats all the books?
I mean, now he has that, at least. Maybe he'll retire
Rick
and
is
just
so
go
nice.
work in a
Why is he
bookshop.
giving me all these books? Oh, I don't
There
know.
there is a state Jorgen von Snatch, whatever his name is.
Maybe Keats will just retire with his maybe childer and sell books in Tunisia. I don't know. We'll see.
Don't you still have to read those books too?
Stay
Because
tuned.
I mean,
the entrancement.
it makes sense that a Brujah would not want to get revenge on someone who killed his first.
No,
man,
you're right. He's
touched
got to go
on him,
kill these
stole
people, and
his
then he'll come back to
things.
Tunisia and sell books.
No, I mean retire. Who cares? Live a little.
No, he's gonna go. He's gonna go kill these assholes. But
these mysteries solve themselves all the time.
watch to see that happen because it's gonna be brutal. I'm sure. However, you can see me, Rosie, regular size mom. You can follow me on Twitter at mom_sized. And every Thursday, you can find me on Vorpal Tales we're currently playing Alien. After Alien, we have Star Trek, and we're starting to rev up for that. So I'm looking forward to it. That'll be awesome. That, again, will be Thursday nights on Vocal Tales. And you should catch the VOD of me running my first ever game on stream.
Nice.
Bluebeard's Bride, I'm running that on the 26th, and that's going to be on Carrying Comfort Studios.
Awesome.
And
Congrats
you
to
can watch
that.
me on you can watch me on Heart City Beneath on Carrying Comfort Studios every other Saturday. I believe our next game is the 3rd. So yeah.
Should
Awesome.
be, I think, I'm doing my math right, tomorrow.
The future's weird.
Hey.
Did you say what game you're running, Rosie?
Oh, I'm running Bluebeard's Bride.
Yes.
And I have a fantastic cast of
By
some
Mac
really
Vikings.
awesome people.
Thank you everyone for joining us. It's been a lot of fun. This has been a really heavy session. So I'm super excited for the next one because y'all surprise me all the time. You guys do some things, man. Anyway, catch us next Friday and we will see you then. Have a great night.